Hello, Mother. This is Half Mental, the show that's 90% baseball and the other half mental. I'm Dan.
And I'm the man who outdueled Max Scherzer today. Or I could just say I'm the man, full stop. Clayton
Period.
Kershaw.
Uh,
How are you, Dan?
I'm great. I got all excited again today, going back through the first week or so's storylines.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear
There
this.
was, I'll clue you in. For our viewers at home, Holt was on vacation and maybe didn't pay the most attention to baseball, and that's okay.
Yeah. Tried to really,
you got to leave your job in the office. That's what I say.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Here's oh no, you go ahead. You start.
Well, it was great. It was, it really was like the best that baseball has offered us the last few years. Exciting stars doing the things they're supposed to do.
We have fans back in the stands.
Yeah, fans back in the stands. I was amazed at how low attendance looked. Like I think I talked about Busch Stadium was supposed to be like 24% or something like that. But again, that's still like 13,000 people. But it looks like a ghost town.
Right.
Which is good. I mean, that's good, actually. It made me feel better than I expected to feel about it.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen the scene in Texas, though?
Yeah, I don't feel super good about that.
Yeah, it's a little disconcerting.
Pretty different. And they closed the roof today. Did you hear that? Because part of the whole pitch is that like the roof is going to be open, so it's like you're outside. But they closed the roof because it got into like the upper 80s, so people were hot. Isn't that crazy?
Weird.
Yeah.
We have a no-hitter under our belt already.
Oh my, yeah. And that was just a couple days ago.
Yeah. Who the catcher for that no-hitter was also the catcher in 2020's no-hitter.
Yeah, so he's one of two catchers now to catch consecutive no-hitters.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That speaks very highly of his ability, I would think.
Maybe. No, I mean, I guess it does.
I mean, if he's calling the game, then yes.
Yeah. He does. He gets credit for a certain amount.
Just like everyone else, catchers.
Nobody respects catchers. Speaking of catchers, Holt, one of the storylines of the first week was the White Sox backup catcher who was serving as their DH. Yermin Mercedes. He set a record by going 8 for 8 in his first 8 plate appearances. And this guy's story is crazy. He was signed 10 years ago and never made it past like low as an 18-year-old. No, never made it past like low A ball or something, and then bounced around like the total dregs of the international baseball scene. Like this is like frontier level for like a stateside equivalent. Like nobody makes the major leagues who play in these leagues. But he kept getting signed every few years and like teams would give him shots. And this year he is making the most of it.
It's crazy.
He hit, I think it was just yesterday, he hit a 485-foot home run.
I think I did see that. And he had a pretty dope bat flip too.
Yeah. He's awesome. I didn't even know he existed.
Yeah.
It's great.
I think I'm just now realizing that he exists. That's awesome. Also in the American League, the Red Sox are in first place.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
I don't know how that's happening.
No. I mean, I know obviously it's crazy early, or shall we say wicked early. But
Wicked early. I don't know how to do that.
but they started the year off, I'm pretty sure, by getting beat up pretty good, like 2 games in a row by the no, they dropped their first 3 games to the Orioles.
That's right. Yes.
And it was like, oh man, how bad are the Red Sox?
That's right.
And they've won 6 straight. They're the hottest team in base. Again, obviously very small sample size, but they're on a 6-game winning streak, that's nothing to bat an eye out at any point in the season, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's good.
So that's
should we round out our AL talk real quick?
Yeah.
The Tigers had a pretty exciting player,
Yeah.
which I don't think we're going to talk about the Tigers a lot, so I think we should do it when we have the chance to.
Yeah.
Their Rule 5 draft pick from last offseason, they got from the Minnesota Twins, a guy by the name of Akil Baddoo, who, again, had never played above low A. But for those unfamiliar, when you select a player in the Rule 5 draft, you have to keep him on your major league roster all year or return him to the club from whence he came. So he got a chance to make the team, and he's made the most out of it. He hit a home run on the first major league pitch he ever saw.
His parents were there too. So cool.
And then hit a grand slam, I believe, the next day. And then 2 days later, hit a walk-off single against the team that let him go.
That is so awesome.
How great is that?
Yeah. I actually have another AL story, but that's like a only in baseball type of thing.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Which I think we talked a little bit about this in the preview shows, but Mancini for the Orioles. He's just coming back from cancer. I'm not sure which type of cancer, but he had battled cancer, I think, all last year, and he's back, and he's now homered twice. And like the ovations he's getting everywhere, like his first at bat in Camden, he obviously got a huge standing ovation from the crowd, but he also got an ovation from the Red Sox players that were on the field, were all clapping, and it was just really cool.
That's cool.
And then I don't know if you saw Colton Wong's at bat at Busch Stadium.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Unreal. I've never seen that before.
He was just like bawling, crying, taking it at bat, which was awesome.
Yeah. I'm still bummed they let him go. And I mean, yeah. But yeah, it was really cool. It was great. And they kind of let him have his time, but he ended up getting a walk too, which I actually
really? That's funny.
Yeah, if Wainwright couldn't strike out a tearful Colton Wong, I don't know how well that bodes, but
so let's stay at Busch Stadium, because I think one of the cooler opening day, and it was opening day at Busch Stadium,
the home opener
yes, for the Cardinals. But one of the cooler storylines I saw from opening day came out of Busch Stadium. Take it away, Dan. I heard you like the Cardinals.
Yeah. So our new main man, Nolan Arenado, came to the plate in it was the 8th inning, I believe. Right? Yeah. And hit a 3-run home run as for a go-ahead homer.
Down 3-1 or something.
Yeah, I think it was 3-1 at the time, and it made it 4-3. And he received a curtain call, which he said is his first career curtain call. And he has since set the record for the longest curtain hitting calls. Streak. Yeah. For the longest hitting streak to start hold on. to start your Cardinal career. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So he's had a hit in every game as a Cardinal. So that's really cool.
The Cardinals have played 9 games.
Yeah, he got a hit today, I heard. So
Justin Turner got out today, and it would have been his like 33rd game in a row to hit safely, to reach base safely. So it's not actually hit straight. Yeah. That's awesome. I have a question for you. As a Rockies fan, when you hear the Nolan Arenado news of that's my first curtain call, how does that make you feel as a Rockies fan?
I think Rockies fans were a little salty about it.
But you have no one to blame for that but yourself, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
and
a singular fan would have a hard time getting a curtain call out of a player. So
right.
But I mean, as a collective unit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it speaks to, and I know people hate when we talk about this stuff, but like baseball, baseball is St. Louis's culture. That is what it is. That's all that is really almost all St. Louis has, you know, like that's what unites people. That's what people talk about at the gas station, you know,
yeah.
And it's not that way really anywhere else. So it's unique in that, yes, they love giving people curtain calls. Players love getting curtain, you know, like it's great. Everyone loves it. I mean, we famously, we gave one to Pujols when he hit a home run off of us last year.
Right.
There was another silly one I can't think of that was I mean, there's plenty of there may be too many curtain calls in St. Louis, but if you've got to err in one direction, that's an okay way to err, I think.
Yeah. Oh man, one thing that we haven't talked about at all, and I'm not even sure. This is the quick Astros stop. So Correa got hit.
This is gonna,
Correa got hit, I think the second day of the season in game 2, and the A's fans went nuts. It was sort of awesome.
Well, they also, I think it happened in multiple games. They threw inflatable trash cans onto the field.
I think that was in Anaheim. I think that was their next stop in California.
Oh, that was in Anaheim even.
Or
one of the guys that did it was wearing an LA Dodgers hat.
I know.
I don't know if you saw that or not.
I did. I love that. But later on in the A's series, did you see where Correa was going to turn a double play and lowered his shoulder?
No, I didn't catch that.
Yeah. So I think I feel like Correa's rattled already. They did not meet his ask. He's not he's going to be a free agent unless they offer again or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that was interesting.
If I had to, I mean, Correa has been great on a per game basis. He's been as good as anybody, but he's been injured some.
Mm-hmm.
I would choose Bregman. I think out of their core, who needs extensions,
right?
I think I would choose Bregman.
I think it's going to be so interesting to see does Correa get the gigantic franchise shortstop contract that
he will somewhere,
or does the scandal hurt him at all, or just no?
Oh, nah, I don't think so.
It's bullshit. All right.
Another cool story. This is this may be our AL heaviest show ever. So if you're an AL fan, buckle up because it's never going to happen again.
Oh yeah, we haven't even touched Shohei yet.
Yeah. Did you hear about? I think it's. Oh shoot! Now I think it's Jim LeCastro. Joe LeCastro? Oh no.
Tim
LeCastro.
Yeah.
Minnesota Twins guy set a new record. for successfully stealing 28 bases to begin his career without being caught.
Yeah.
His cleats went to Cooperstown, and the base went to his mom, which is great.
Oh, that's really cool. I saw that the cleats
Yeah.
went to Cooperstown. 2 interesting facts about him. Played for the Dodgers. Maybe not, actually. Maybe just the Diamondbacks. But I got familiar with him for some reason. He went to Ithaca College, small school in upstate New York where one of my good friends went. Division III baseball team.
It's cool.
Anything's possible. Kind of
Good for him.
theme of this opening day show.
Well, let's just keep it rolling on the anything's possible. Did you see the Brett Honeywell return?
I saw a little bit about it, but I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with the story, and I'm also not familiar with how the results of the game were.
So this guy, Brett Honeywell, heralded pitching prospect for the Tampa Bay Rays. He was the 2017 Futures Game MVP. So that is 4 years ago. He was like the big hot pitching prospect. And in the time since then, he has had 4 surgeries on his pitching arm.
Dang.
He had not pitched in an official game of any sort, minor league or major league, in 3.5 years. It was like August of 2018. And he made the team, or no, he didn't make the team out of spring training, rather, but had a good spring training and came out today and pitched 2 perfect innings. I think perfect, and was taken out of the game. I assume they're just being careful with him. I don't know. But
well, rightfully so.
But I think it was his first inning took 9 pitches.
Dang, that's awesome.
And he was hitting 95 on the radar gun for a guy with 4 arm surgeries. And he throws a screwball.
Nice.
So that's cool.
Okay, so last thing in the American League, Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah. It's all happening.
It's happening. He is looking like what we all wanted to see. I mean, pitching well, hitting absolute bombs.
They are going to skip his start this week due to a blister.
Okay.
So we got to monitor that.
That's a bummer. But blisters seem to be such a, like a nagging. I feel like that's probably going to go on all season long.
There was a brief moment in the season where he had the hardest pitch thrown and the hardest ball hit.
That's awesome.
And it only lasted for like an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's at the top of both of those things. And he's also shown off his speed at one point. He I think he legged out a double when I think that was it. And was like 29 feet per second, which is right at that elite threshold.
Damn. But the Angels are looking, I mean, I know this is all silly in a 162 game season, but the Angels are looking good. Like they have.
Yeah. I mean, Mike Trout talked about how he figured his swing out this offseason. Right. And I mean, I think he's hitting way better. I don't know. I mean, who knows?
Yeah. They had, I heard some awesome, I read some awesome stat about the Angels that 3 of their batters were tied for the lead in home runs: Ohtani, Mike Trout, and Walsh. And then there was a second side to that. Oh man! Also, Acuna hit a absolute bomb the other day. And then also, I don't know if you saw this, but Bryce Harper was being.
Yeah,
that was so.
This was
awesome.
super cool. So we'll tell the whole story for our.
Yeah, Bryce Harper was being heck. Well, you tell it. Maybe there's more to it.
No, you got it. I think
Bryce Harper was being heckled the other day, and the guy was like, "You'll never be Acuna. You'll never be Ronald Acuna," or whatever. And Bryce Harper just turns around. He's like, "It's Acuna. It's Acuna."
I loved the like little
Yeah.
hand thing he did.
Acuna.
Like, you're missing it. There's this yeah.
Yeah. Just such a great response to being heckled like that.
Yeah, because it's dismissive to the heckler.
Yeah.
But it's also like it is also like it is respectful to call people to pronounce people's names appropriately, right? Like it doesn't matter that that guy doesn't know how to do it. He should know how to do it, especially if he claims to be a big fan. Yeah, it was great.
Sorry, I'm actually looking at some of the AL home run leaders real quick, just because I'm really curious now.
Acuna beat out ran out an infield single at 31 feet per second earlier today, and then Ozzie Albies followed him with like a gigantic home run.
Dang.
So that's cool.
Dude, Byron Buxton has 5 home runs.
Yeah, it might be the Byron Buxton year too.
That is awesome. I've always loved that dude.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that could always you could always dream on Byron Buxton, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe that would be awesome.
JD Martinez hit 3 just today for the Red Sox.
He hit 3 home runs today. I hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right, National League. I mean, where to start? We got a no-hitter from the Padres. How's the Central shake? Oh, the Reds scored a ton of runs.
Yeah, I mean the Reds could be pretty good, but we sort of knew that. I mean, yeah, they've scored a lot, and obviously we wouldn't expect that to continue. At one point, I'm sure it has changed by now. This was like 2 days ago, I think I saw. The Cubs lineup was hitting worse than pitchers overall.
Yeah, I either you texted me or Pat did, which is pretty wild.
I think I actually refrained from texting it to you, but yeah. That is so cool.
I know. How long is that gonna keep up?
I think like 8 games into the season, they were hitting like 162 as a team or something like that. I mean, they score like 1 or 2 runs every game.
I got so excited opening day because Jock Peterson, his first at bat as a Cub, the bases were loaded. And I was like, yes, do it, Jock, just do it. It was a RBI fly out, but it was still fun to watch.
He did hit a home run, though, I know.
Yeah, he got
he's had a home run.
He got a home run and then got himself a waffle maker.
Yeah, I guess that's a thing. I hadn't. Yeah. That was news to me.
I don't know what that's about.
But that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
We need to talk about Jacob deGrom.
Yeah. We do.
He's been unreal in his first 2 starts.
Which is nothing new.
And yeah, I believe it was just his last game was yesterday, right?
Yep.
No runs. Did he give up 2 hits or something like that? I think 14 strike. No, he.
I got this.
He did give up a run. Sorry, you got it.
In 2 starts this year, Jacob deGrom has 21 Ks and has allowed just 1 run. Good for a .64 ERA. The Mets are 0-2 in those 2 starts. Yesterday, this stat line was, and I actually texted with a buddy about this, so I think I've got it. It was 14 Ks and 1 hit, maybe. I think it was just one hit.
Did you see the hit?
Oh, yeah. You got to just, like, if you're Jacob deGrom, you can't even, like, be mad about that.
No, it was amazing.
It was incredible. It was 101 or something. 101
it was
mile
like,
an hour pitch.
And it was like high in the strike zone. That's that Jazz Chisholm guy I was telling you about.
Yeah, and he just I mean, he hit the ball like 465 feet and he pulled it. Like,
Yeah, it was unreal.
It was like he treated that pitch like a changeup that he was expecting. Like,
Yeah, it was wild.
I watched that a few times. I was like, am I reading the radar right? Are my glasses off? Did he just turn around on 101 like that?
Yeah.
Baseball's so cool.
I can't believe guys can do that.
I know.
Anyways, I really hope DeGrom wins like 2 games with like a 1-something ERA and 300 strikeouts.
I know. And then I hope that they have to be like, I mean, we have to give him the Cy Young. But then there's people like, well, yeah, but he only won 2 games.
Nah, I mean, I think they would give it to him. I mean, yeah.
I want him to just like break the Cy Young award. You know, like I have no idea what to do here.
It's so interesting. I mean, I'm sure that this has been studied to an extent, but like, it's like the guys don't think they need to hit when he pitches or something.
Yeah, well, I
don't know.
Swear that I'm not just saying this. This is a real thing, but this happened to Clayton Kershaw for like 2 years. He would go out and do his thing. He'd pitch like 8 1/3 of, 1 run, 12 strikeouts, 2-hit baseball, and he'd lose the game.
Yeah. Well, it's happening to Jacob DeGrom.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, that's got to be so hard to. And it's not like the Mets, the Mets have some big names and some big bats for them to just like go to sleep. The Mets won a very interesting baseball game.
Oh God, I forgot about that already.
Michael Conforto stuck his elbow out in the strike zone with bases loaded and got away with it. And it was pretty gross.
It was really gross. I mean, I guess you have to lie about it if you're him, but like after his interview after the game was like, yeah, I turned away as it came inside and I guess it caught me. It's like you didn't turn at all.
Yeah.
And the ball was a strike.
Yeah.
As called by the umpire.
I have so many questions about that. Like, my boy Don Mattingly was real upset, and rightfully so. But he didn't play he should have played the game under protest. He should have protested.
It was a walk-off. They had until noon the next day to protest it, and they just. And I think they chose not to. I actually haven't followed up on it.
That's so weird to me because I think that they would have said this game needs to start again with bases loaded. You know what I mean? Which would have sucked, but like,
yeah, it would have been
such a little bitch move.
Yeah. I mean, it was. Yeah, I don't know.
And I think
it's such a funny line because, like, in a way, he was doing everything he could to win the game.
I was just gonna say that when you're Michael Conforto, like, you don't go up there and be like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, that was just a heat of the moment thing. And, and then you did, you know what I mean? Like, he did win the game, so they're gonna celebrate. And I noticed that they like. There's this one camera angle like in the dugout, and they're all just like, just go. Like they're just like, run to the clubhouse. The game's over. Don't let them do this.
Yeah, like if you make it hard for them to restart the game, like you keep the momentum going in your direction. Derek Jeter famously did that obviously years ago.
Yeah.
And it'd be interesting to look back at that and see how similar it was.
I don't think it ended the game, but it was a
it wouldn't have ended the game. Yeah.
So National League West yet?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, let's wrap it up on the National League West.
We're 10 games in, and the Dodgers are 8-2.
Potentially sustainable pace.
Yeah. That's without Bellinger and Betts, which is pretty exciting to think about. And the Padres are 7-3, and that's without Fernando Tatis. I mean, actually, I suppose I haven't checked that, but just assume that he is still out.
He is, yes.
Yeah.
Luckily, the Dodgers have in their outfield former new kid on the block Joey McIntyre. Oh wait, what's his name?
Good one. Zach McKinstry.
Zach McKinstry.
Yeah. By the way, when you left, he had the only RBI of the game off Scherzer. His first at bat ever against Max Scherzer, doubled off the wall. I think the sun came into play a little bit, but doesn't matter because he had a 2-run home run later in the game. He had all
off
three
of Scherzer. Was that?
No, it was off the Nationals bullpen. But he had all 3 of our RBIs today.
Man, when teams can bring in guys like that to fill holes, that's when something special is going on.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I'm checking. Sorry, I don't like when I do this during these shows, but I just want to get a Fernando Tatis update. He's on the 10-day, so he is certainly still out. So the Padres play the Dodgers. I think it's just a 3-game set, maybe 4, starting Thursday night.
Oh, cool.
It must be Friday night. It must be a 3-game set, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But in San Diego, pretty excited about that. And that's when Betts and Bellinger are due back. And we've got Kershaw, Bauer, Buehler. Like, we actually are like tampering with the rotation to set it up, which I think is pretty funny.
Trevor Bauer did have multiple baseball removed from his previous start for inspection.
That much?
They haven't said anything. So, I mean, they said that they're going to like inspect more pitcher baseballs to figure out what foreign substances are being used because everyone knows they're being used and all that. And like Bauer almost certainly did start using foreign substances a couple of seasons ago. There's like pretty hard evidence his spin rate just spiked at the end of like 2018 or something like that. Even though he like denies it and has actually like shat on other players who have been caught with foreign substances. And so I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard an update on the balls they took from Bauer.
So, I'm like not. I'm being very careful with how I feel about Trevor Bauer. So far, his performance on the field is pretty good. However, he's clearly has an issue with the 6th inning and on. But Dave Roberts, like, first off, Bauer was like, this is insane. They're taking balls from every game. I'm not sure why I'm, the one. It's like part of that whole protocol to like,
take,
yeah. So they're like doing it for every pitcher, but then he gets the article written about him and he was upset. And actually Dave Roberts came out and was like, I believe that the MLB is singling out Trevor Bauer. This is a process that's happening for every game. And he's really outspoken against MLB and their, you know what I mean? Like he's always saying like, oh, I got another fine for trying to make the game fun again or whatever.
Right.
Hang on, I had sort of a point here. But he wrote this thing that was like, here's my problem with their rule is like how, if there's a foreign substance on the ball, how are they going to know? Like the only rule is that a pitcher can't have it on his person. Like, how are they going to know that it, obviously there's a foreign substance on the ball. That's illegal, but how are they going to know it's me applying it? And he referenced like, we've seen catchers do it before.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, and he's right. Like the thing is that's funny though. It's like
it's not like a court of law that like he's not being charged with a crime.
Right.
in the judicial system, right? Like they don't have to prove anything beyond a reasonable doubt necessarily.
Well, the funny thing is like really it comes down to, is there substance on the ball or not? Like if you're a pitcher, you should be saying to your catcher, don't put that shit on the ball because I take the fall for it. Or if your third baseman's applying it every time he touches, whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
and I think that would actually speak a little bit to like the shittiness of Trevor Bauer. Like,
of course,
his first thing is like, well, somebody else could have
look
done
at that guy.
And it's like,
did it. Yeah.
And it's like, well, yeah, but I mean, but nobody else did it, right? Like,
right.
Like he's not saying that's what happened. He's saying that it's possible that, that's just like, it's grade school bullshit from Trevor Bauer.
I mean, honestly,
which is the way he operates.
He's like sort of opening it up to like placing blame on his teammates if it does come back that there's something on the ball.
Which kind of follows, like, that's a typical, like, rationale for him.
Right. He almost threw a no-hitter in his first outing, which was crazy. And then he got blown up in the sixth. He gets blown up in the sixth. It's really weird. It's like, I actually looked at it today. I wish I could repeat it, but it's like he has, like 20 strikeouts or something through the first 6 innings in his first 2 starts. Yeah. And then he's given up like 4 or 5 home runs after that.
Crazy.
Couple more things on the Dodgers. Kenley Jansen blew a save against the A's. And then Corey Knebel, I think his name is.
Yeah, I have no idea how to pronounce that last name, but
it's Knebel. I know is how to pronounce it. I just can't remember the first name.
It's Corey.
He looks real good. Like, you got to watch him pitch. He looks awesome.
Blake Trinan's looking good too.
Blake Trinan looks so good. But he came on for a 1-0 save against the Nationals instead of Kenley at home, which was a pretty big deal. And Knebel he struck out the side, got the save. Yeah. And then today we used him in the 6th, I think. No, it was Kershaw, Trinan, Knebel, Jansen. And I mean, it was just an awesome formula. Jansen threw like 6 pitches and got the save. Awesome. He threw 95 for the first time in like a few years. Cool. So I thought maybe Jansen was done, but he looked good today. So maybe we'll do some sort of committee thing. I don't know. Avoid throwing him on back-to-back nights. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good. You know what? I'm glad the Dodgers have been able to figure something out.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
it's truly the Justin Verlander of baseball franchises. It's just good to see something go their way.
Look out, world! If those guys
start putting it together,
have an option at the end of the game. I was thinking about that. I was like, what if in 2020 we had a closer that wasn't Kenley Jansen? We would have won like 3 or 4 more games that year. Yeah. In that short season. Wow.
Crazy.
All right.
Well, great to see you.
Great to see you, man. I think we'll be in person next time. Baseball's back, and the studio's almost back too. Cheers. You go to the camera.
I never know. We'll have to rehearse this.
Okay. All right, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye, guys.